Cheers.
Cheers. Episode 1 on video anyways. So hi everybody, I'm Kara Whiteway.
And I'm Stephen Whiteway.
And Steve's gonna introduce who the heck we are and why we're jumping on this video and what's to come.
So this is basically the introduction to another segment of many segments that we're doing right now. Kara and I are working on branding Formula 4. So formula for success, formula for weight loss, formula for change, etc., things like that. So we want to do a episode called Formula for Love.
I don't know how to make that, do you? Do you know how to make that?
Plus my hands are all covered in scars.
His hands look like that, so mine could look like this. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, Kara and I have been together for 6 years, married for 3, and everywhere that we go, everybody tells us that we have a great relationship, that we're obviously learning how to do the ins and outs. Kara and I do absolutely everything together.
You're welcome.
I have my own bathroom, she has hers. I only go in there once a week to clean the tub.
He feels like that's the successful key to marriage, is having your own bathroom.
Seriously, ladies, if your man did not go in your bathroom and didn't leave his dungarees on the floor
or his
and
shaving
toothpaste on the mirror,
gross.
you would have a much better marriage. Trust me,
most men are dirty. The end. Sorry.
I'm not saying I'm completely clean, because I do like to have a clean bathroom.
You are, though. You're pretty clean.
But we've learned to do every part of our relationship together, and we work together. Our finances are together. We go to the gym together. We cook together. We everything together. Literally.
But the key is we actually want to do it together. We don't do it because we are forcing ourselves. We genuinely want to spend that much time together.
Absolutely. And there's there's some days where you just get into it, but
I don't know about the physical punching,
not
but
physical.
anyways.
It's the Brad Pitt from anyways.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Totally.
So we decided that we were going to get involved in Formula for Love, which is we are just going to talk
relationship coaching
about relationships and how to get through things. So yes, we're married, but we're going to tackle from finding the right partner, how to date, get into a marriage, keeping your marriage healthy,
and what vows mean.
Exactly.
What to do when things get rocky.
Guys, we're going to do segments specifically on what is she literally saying, because we didn't get it. So things like that where we can touch on points where...
And also to the ladies, how to deep dive into getting him to understand what that is and what your emotion is and why we are so much more emotional than men. But I guess more or less like we're trying to explain to them what we are absolutely needing without having to say it, such as, what do you want to have for dinner tonight? What are we having for dinner tonight? Eggs. Okay, moving on.
I thought it was steak.
Wine.
Steak and salad.
Yeah, cheers. Wine. Okay, go on. What else?
You get hammered for dinner. Okay.
Yeah, so our biggest goal, we're gonna actually, I didn't take a drink. That's bad luck. Hold on.
So I think the first thing we should do is talk about how we met, just so that you guys can hear a little bit about our story, to find out how Kara and I met, and then we'll finish off the video seriously, we have like sheets and sheets and sheets of topics.
That's a woman thing.
And we want to make sure that we cover all of the questions and all of the things that you guys are wondering about.
Yeah, and we'll definitely start interacting with you a lot more as we continue to post. We're going to be going live every Wednesday around 4 o'clock. That's what our goal is.
And if we're on vacation, we'll still
go live.
We'll do a
we'll still go live. We'll still go live. That's our commitment to you. And this is, things that you can ask us online, and we'll just kind of tackle these issues as they come. But we have a lot of talking points already, which is from some viewers and some people that we are, are in our circle of friends. So without further ado, as Steve said, we met 6 years ago, cold November day. It was
just after your birthday.
Just after my birthday. How the heck old would I have been? That's not relevant, so we won't even go there. However,
then we can do the math and find out how old you are.
Do it backwards.
She looks a lot younger.
It's true. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Thanks, genetics.
20?
Yeah, and thanks, Arvon. So here's the thing. Like there was such a series of events that happened during the day before we actually saw each other for the first time, and we met at a gym. Not surprising, but I always thought and knew that I was going to meet, a partner that was just as heavily involved into health and fitness as I am. So I ended up going to 2 separate locations that day to get a workout in, and both times it failed. Just a series of different events that happened. The second place that my girlfriend and I went to, the lady was so ignorant and rude to us. So at that time, I was actually managing membership sales for a huge health club. It was like a 176,000 square foot health club. So I knew like the gist of like trying to warm up to people when they were interested in a membership. So anyways, to make a long story short, she was totally rude to us. So we ended up walking out the front door, and that would have been, our 3rd time trying to find where the heck we were going to work out. And we ended up at another gym. And within about 10 minutes, I had noticed / smelled.
Good, smelled good.
Smelled good. Not like disgusting
there's
sweat.
There's a little tidbit for the guys.
Yeah, you gotta smell good. Like
smell
it automatically, released the endorphins, and I was like, what is that smell? And I mean, we made eye contact. It's Steve. But that is, personal hygiene is a huge thing, and when you're meeting somebody for the very first time, it's a physical thing, right?
I also had those Listerine things.
Oh my God, I used to do that like those little, they're like so expensive.
You can't buy them now, so now you just have bad breath. They were $3. Now
or you
like
brush your teeth
8.
42 times a day. But
Yeah,
anywho,
exactly.
or you carry a massive thing of Listerine around? No,
Yeah.
that's not practical. Okay. So anyways, within 10 minutes, we had been making eye contact for about 10 minutes, and he came right up to me and he said to me,
Drop some knowledge.
what is that? Drop some knowledge on
Drop
this
some
person.
knowledge on him.
Honestly, I've never had a man that looked like Steve, that was in his age bracket, come up to me with such poise and such confidence. So right off the get-go, I was like, who is this guy, right? And he said to me, I've never seen you here before. I do not want to take the risk of not seeing you here again. So before you leave, I'm going to get your number. I was like, whatever, buddy. Yeah, like
Why
whatever.
does he keep doing that?
What's she doing back there? I don't know what she's doing. But I was like, okay, this guy, I'm a competitive person. So I bet him. I'm like, we'll see, who caves first, in the sense of who gives each other, their contact information before one another. He had left immediately. I went to his car. I thought he was like leaving. I have no idea, but he came back with his business card, and it was a gentleman-like thing to do, although he didn't actually ask me to get my number, but I kind of liked that, because then it was in my hands, and then he could tell whether or not I was interested.
And guys, just so you know, do that discreetly. Don't go and show off in front of everybody in the gym that today's the day where you might actually
If you
get
meet
a
at a
date.
gym.
Yeah,
it was professional, and it was like, it gave me insight into like what he did with his life, and I mean, he's in
Google that guy.
Google that guy, see what he's been through. Nothing is going to prepare you for what I heard on the first date. But anyway, so we ended up making tons of eye contact for the rest of our workout. And then from there, I left before he did. I started texting him right away. I was joking around saying, yeah, my name's Kara, in case you didn't remember. We ended up texting back and forth for probably 4 or 5 hours after we left the gym, which was mid-afternoon.
And then I asked her what she was doing for the evening, remember?
Oh my goodness, it's such a lie. I asked him what he was doing. I said, listen, are you busy tonight? Like, why are we pretending we want to wait to go out on a date?
So her claim to fame is she asked me
I
out,
totally asked
and
him.
I said I love you first, so.
Okay,
Yeah,
actually, I have to give that to you.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I was thinking it, so it doesn't matter. It was always, I was thinking it first.
Oh yeah, I was thinking it too. Yeah, I was thinking about asking you out. I was thinking it.
So we ended up talking for the 4 to 5 hours, and we went out on our first date that night. We went to a restaurant. We had some appetizers. By the way, when you're on a first date, don't get tacos. The end. I didn't get tacos, but that just kind of popped into my head. Like, you can't be eating tacos and they're crumbling all over your face.
Got some lettuce
All,
over
like,
here.
it's just not practical.
some salt,
Don't
some
do
sauce.
that. Don't
Some
do
sauce
that.
on
I
your
was
face.
drinking red wine. Now it's white. To make a long story short, probably had a little bit too many, glasses of wine. But
I
he
might
was
have had something
telling
to do
me,
that, so
he was, pardon?
I might have had something.
Yeah, he was also having a couple of drinks, but he was telling me his life story. And like at the time, and we'll deep dive into this as we, move forward with your journey with us. But I thought he was full of, beep, beep, beep. Because his stories were so off the wall. They were so unbelievable. I thought, okay, he's totally selling me all this because he wants to, impress me. And so I just kept drinking because I didn't really know what to do. So anyways, fast forward, we ended up spending about 36 hours together. No, that did not happen on our first date. We just really, honestly, genuinely clicked from the moment that we met. It was truly, as cliche and corny as it sounds, it was love at first sight. It was. You just know when you know.
Which is proof, proof in the pudding that it does happen.
Yes. And like, we have been together every waking moment since, with a few, you know, mishaps here and there in the sense of, you know, being away for work or whatever the case is. It's just, again, these are things that we love to do inside of our life. And Steve and I miss each other when we're not around, because it, as collectively as it's just the two of us, we do not have any children. We have a little dog, which I'm sure you probably will see her running down the stairs before this video ends. We've made this little life together, and we're really strong family oriented people, but we absolutely want to be in each other's lives as much as possible, because that's what, for me, that's what marriage is about.
Absolutely.
So what, do you have anything else to add to our blissful story of meeting? What's the ride been like since? I mean, we've been married for 3, together for 6.
Yeah, and you have to remember that, first of all, if you've found the type of relationship that Kara and I have, then congrats, hold on to it. Cherish it, and honor your vows. If you haven't,
it's possible.
It is possible that somebody is out there for you. And when you're not looking is when these things happen for you. Yeah. Everybody's already been in some types of relationship. If you haven't been in a relationship yet, you're either too young or you lived in Papua New Guinea on the dark side of the moon.
With bugs.
But every relationship that we were in, because Kara's been in a few and I've been in a few, and oddly enough, we've been in similar type relationships before.
And they've all taught us a lesson.
And that's the whole point. So that if you can learn to apply the things that you've learned in all of these relationships to the relationship that is going to be your forever relationship, then that's what makes it compatible, solid, easier, smooth. So that's the thing.
Well, it's teaching you what you don't want for marriage and for your life, because you're with this, like, that's the thing, you're with this person for the rest of your life. You're not just with them for like an intern. I think a lot of people these days, they take the vow of marriage so lightly, because it is easy to get divorced. It is easy to separate. And
there's so many things that are going to happen in your daily life that are going to give you an excuse to put your relationship last or on the back burner, including kids. I'm not saying kids are a bad thing, but if you don't.
And we just got a call from telemarketer, and clearly this is our first video because I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb.
Live and learn.
Live and learn. Don't fail twice, fail once. Okay, go.
So if you realize that, especially the big thing that we want to do. So Kara and I were coaching. She's been coaching health and fitness. I've been trying to work on some coaching programs. We have podcasts. We have podcasts on various different subjects coming out now. A lot of the things that we want to tackle, a lot of things I want to tackle is trying to get through to the guys. You want to make your marriage more fun. You want to bring the love back to what it was, first love. You want to learn how to treat somebody properly.
I'm so lucky.
I'm going to take care of that. Kara's going to, give you some tidbits for the ladies. We're going to go through all the points again right now.
It's how to not settle. It's how to not.
Or take what you have and perfect it.
Exactly. Or
take what you have and twist it.
Yeah, when I say not settle, it's like don't compromise your values, or don't compromise what's important to you in a relationship, because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as perfection. But however, marriage is about compromise, and marriage is about living together
and choices,
and
a lot of
choosing the happiness, because not everything is amicable. Because we even own a business together, like, there's a lot of stresses that come along with that. But you know what? At the end of the day, I couldn't imagine owning a business with any other human being on this planet.
Absolutely.
I just couldn't. It just, to me, that would be, I mean, eventually it'll happen, but to own my very first business with my husband was a blessing, because I learned so much about the industry that we were in,
and how to deal with each other,
and I know that he's sorry to speak for you, Steve, but I feel like you've learned a lot from my sort of background in career, right, with sales and coaching, etc. So let's just go over, a couple of the topics that we're planning on talking about every Wednesday, like I said, live at 4:00, and then we will have our podcast to follow that you can listen to whenever you feel like. But we really do, like, our market is that you don't have to be single, you don't have to be married, you don't even have to, be heterosexual. You could just be looking for a person that adds value to your life, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be like a long-term relationship thing. I mean, that's ultimately the goal. I feel like for a lot of people, like finding love is so meaningful. It is so heartfelt.
And clearly it's harder and harder to find, because that's why
Yes.
there's more and more avenues. There's apps, there's dating sites and everything else.
A lot.
So because our lifestyle and our society now is so busy, so
It's behind a
hectic,
camera, clearly.
and everything about your life is go, 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 go.
Time is
the
limited.
one thing, and we have a couple of friends of ours that, have everything and never had the relationship. And I've realized very quickly when Kara and I started dating, and I moved in soon after that, and she had a roommate.
In 2 days.
And then what you realize is that when you find that one, like for me, there's nothing else in life now that would take the place of Kara. There's nothing else I could attain or be a part of. So the relationship part, the relationship goal for you guys, for us, has to be at the forefront. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter if your kids are good or bad. It doesn't matter how great of a wife or husband you have. If you are not on the right page for you in your head and mind and heart for your relationship, in the end, everything else will suffer. So that's what we got to do this Formula 4 love thing for.
It's got to be at the forefront, just like you always used to say to me, oh, the music's better, or the food's better,
everything's better.
Something
and happiness
is better,
is a choice.
And the compliments that this man gives me, I know that they're genuine, but they are every single day, and they are multiple times a day. I need to get better at that for him. I mean, I feel that in my heart, but I don't express it enough.
We should all do that. And even if it's not for your relationship.
It's for someone else.
When you see somebody else, or you bump into a friend, good to see you. Hope your life is doing well.
Well, positivity is so, what is it?
Yeah, but we're all like this
intoxicating. It's so great. Yeah, stop looking at your damn phone. But anyway, so some of the few topics that we're going to talk about, I should say, is, why is he or she not calling me back? And how to make a long distance relationship work is another one.
What to do when the sparks fade away?
Ooh, juicy. And what about what are the signs that
you're ready to get married?
That you're ready to get married. What are some of those signs? How to plan a wedding? Like, that's huge. How to 13 things I love about owning a business together in a marriage. That's kind of, I feel.
Number 50. This one, you guys.
50.
How to get your man to do chores.
You like that? Yeah, you like that. I know you do. Yesterday, Steve cleaned the entire house because I was
on here. What do you do if your wife is lazy?
You're freaking welcome. Is that what it says?
How do you put 50 and 51 together?
Well, because it's,
That's hilarious.
Well, this is me planning. Here's another one. How to get in the best shape of your life before your wedding.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Well, we're going to do one right now because we have to.
What?
It's number 68.
What is it?
If you could meet anyone dead or alive, and why? Who would it be? So Kara asked me this question.
How long ago were we married? Or we were just together, right?
Yeah, we weren't married yet. We were just dating. So I thought, obviously for those of you who don't know, my dad is a pastor. So that background, I was thinking, well, probably Jesus. Like everybody would want to be Jesus.
It's true.
Or, maybe Gandhi or something, somebody intellectual, spiritual, whatever else. And who did you want to meet?
I said Murphy.
You
know how they always talk about Murphy's Law?
When all the crap that could go wrong does go
wrong. Oh, Murphy's Law. I would totally
Murphy
meet him
so
and
I
ask him what the actual heck are you talking about. I hate that
so
man.
So I can drop kick Murphy.
So anyways,
this is going to be fun.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. We're looking to help you. That's where Steve and I are such genuine people, and we want to give everything we possibly can to make your relationship, your life, your marriage, your dating career, if you will, a success. Because honestly, a lot of people compliment on our love and they don't even know who we are. They can just see that we are actually in love, and honestly, it's the best feeling on this planet. It makes
everything else easier.
It does.
It makes traffic better. It makes going to work better.
It's been in my
grocery
blueprints,
shopping better. So if you believe it or not, and if you put the effort into applying these things, listening to us, interacting, sending us your questions, we'll try to talk about all the points. But if you put your time and effort into these things that we're going to try to impart to you, I guarantee you your life will become better. Your relationship will become better. You'll become happier.
What if the mother-in-law or father-in-law doesn't like you?
Move.
Move to a different planet. Yeah.
Move.
How to treat a woman.
I hear Arizona is good.
How
at
to
this
treat a
time.
woman like a gentleman would. So listen, these are not like, crazy, scientific freaking topics here, but at the same time, they have a ton of value. We are so looking to help you along this journey, and we want you to find love 1000%. So stay tuned. Formula for Love is the name of our podcast.
Every
It'll be
Wednesday.
name of our live feed.
4
And we're
o'clock
so
PM.
looking forward to having you guys along with this journey. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you really, really
Stay tuned.
soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.